Hello and welcome to the 2017 GSAC Mystery Tournament. My name is Ben, and join with me today is Wes. How you doing, Wes?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing great. We have the winners finals match between Galen and Chanto. So this is going to be a great match. We're playing Toe Jam today. Can I get a ready check from both of our players before we begin?
Ready.
Not yet ready. Now ready.
Okay, you can begin in 3, 2, 1, go.
Sounded like something's going wrong right off the bat there.
Yeah, I think Galen just like the menu like timed out right when we started. So he just has to navigate the menu.
Let's see. Hopefully it won't give him too much of a setback.
Okay.
So I take that this is the first Toe Jam and Earl game.
No, this is actually the second one. The first game was like kind of open world in a way, and it was kind of weird. But this is your classic go to the right, style game that we all love.
Got it. And it looks very strange, but I'm excited to see how both our players do with it.
I know. They're both moving rocks right now, which you do not need to do. So the goal for our players is to get to end of level 3. In order to do that, they have to kill all the humans they encounter. So here we see, who's this? Chan just met her first human. I did tell both of our players that they had to kill the humans because when I tried to playtest this, I ran right past them all, got to the end, and then couldn't advance. Had to go all the way back to the beginning.
It doesn't seem like a very clear goal.
No. If you read the signs and helpful tips along the way, it'll tell you that you have to kill the humans, but of course we don't as speedrunners, so.
Who's going to read the signs?
So you know about this game, Wes?
I played an Xbox version of it that was also open world. It was top down.
Yeah.
And I forget what you even had to do in it, but I just know the name because it's super weird.
Yeah, it is pretty weird. We're playing as Toe Jam right now. You can play as both characters, but I don't know how. I couldn't understand how to switch between them, which was a critical function because you couldn't...
Maybe some kind of power-up.
Well, you couldn't move across the screen unless the other guy moved with you, so it was just bad from the beginning. Both players actually not realizing a pretty key mechanic, which is the arrow in the bottom right-hand corner tells you where the human is. So for both of them, the human's behind them. They have to backtrack.
Oh, so that's the arrow that's pointing the separate direction?
Yeah.
Okay. And it looks like Chan, or actually Galen, who I'm looking at now, may have just realized that as he's backtracking in the direction of the arrow now.
Mm-hmm.
Chan seems slightly confused about what up means as far as where this human is.
I know. Well, the sticky gum jumping is pretty bad. She's finally getting it now. There are probably invisible platforms there that she needs to hit. They're pretty frequent in this game, but once you come across one, it sort of reveals itself to you. So it's not
totally invisible.
Yeah. But yeah, we might be in a little bit of a longer match. It took me about an hour to beat this, but I've learned that our players are way better than me, so I thought they could handle it. Chan here actually has to bounce off the bubble gun, I believe.
And so is that in the bubbles in midair, or you just keep building height on the jump?
You keep building height, but I think it's actually the bubble gun to her right that she needs to jump up.
And we'll see if she's able to figure that out or aimlessly walk to the right. Maybe hoping to move the boulder some way that can help her.
By the way, this game's called Funkotron or something like that, and I know you don't have the music on, but it's funky, let me tell you.
It's pretty funky.
Yeah,
I might have to check that out later. It sounds pretty good. Just as you'd expect from Toe Jam and Earl Funkotron. And it looks like Galen just went to some sort of alternate dimension.
Yep. There is a Funka dimension. Unfortunately, you only get like points there, so there's really no reason that he should be there. It's just wasting time. Chan finally gets this human. She definitely has understood the arrow system at this point, which is good. I would say that makes her in front of Galen, even though Galen's been to the end of this level already. Although at the same time, she's going the wrong way.
And currently underwater where there are no arrow indicators.
Yep. I don't know why it's not there when you're underwater, but it's not.
I guess when the compass gets wet, you can't use it.
One of my favorite things in this game is underwater, there's these fishes that they look like big puffer fish, and basically the guy like kisses them and sucks all the air out of them, deflates them, and so he can like survive underwater longer.
I mean, I don't know if that really surprises me in a game, that looks like this, but hopefully it happens to one of our players so we can see that animation.
I hope they get like, I was stuck on this level for a long time because I didn't know what to do, but I literally told these guys ahead of time what they had to do, so I'm a little surprised it's taking them this long. Like, Chan's gonna get to the end here and realize she doesn't get all the Earthlings.
Throws a rock at a wall in frustration.
Oh man.
They both seem to at least sort of understand the arrows, but I guess they just haven't figured out those invisible platforms yet.
Yeah, I saw Galen got a 10 funk. I don't know what that does, but he got it.
He did the funk scan, whatever that means.
Yeah, there's no reason that you need to have that funk scan. Like, there's a button that literally makes things in like funk scan mode, and I have no idea what it does. If anything, you can't move when you're in it, I think, so it's really not helpful. Also,
I might be giving this game too much credit, but what if it actually shows where the invisible platforms are?
ooh, oh, it showed where the guy was. Did you see it on Galen's? It showed where the human was.
Yeah, that's right.
He was hidden. He's actually hidden in a tree here. They have to shake it. Oh, he looks like he's drunk. I don't know what's going on.
Running all over the place.
Chan still hasn't figured out the
Now
air system.
on Chan, talking to the little porcupine there, trying to figure out where she needs to go.
It looks like she's missing one human. Galen's trying to get the bubblegum human. I don't know how many he's got total.
Now, is there a way that you can tell based on the UI?
I don't think so. But once you're done collecting all the humans, the arrow turns green, and it's like, go to the end. So the arrow really helps you out in this game so much.
And hopefully our players have noticed its existence and aren't just running around aimlessly.
I told them there was an arrow in the game, so it's just on them. So Chan's there, like the arrows turn into a big flashing thing. The guy's in one of these trees. Basically, you have to like go up to a tree and hit up, and that makes you like search it. She's probably looking for
Seems
hidden
like
platforms.
a bit of a strange thing.
Yo, Galen's back in Funkotron land. Wasting time.
Needs to go there as much as he can. Now, how far are the our players going in this race?
To level 3, they have to be level 3. Of course, if this continues, we might not get there.
We'll have to see how much progress they're able to make and if they can figure out the funky land that is Toe Jam and Earl.
It's a very funky land. I don't know who made this, but man, they did something. It takes a certain special kind of person to make this, you know?
It sure does. Oh, and it looks like Galen just got the person up on the second platform past the bubblegum.
I think he still hasn't gotten the tree one, so right now it's just a race to see who got the tree. Who's gonna get the tree first?
Who can figure out that they need to shake these background objects? Now, Galen has looked at a couple of those. Oh, look, and he's using the funk scan right now to be able to figure out where the human is.
That's definitely good. It should give him a hint that he's in a tree, hopefully.
And he has interacted with a couple of those tips, which I think would be the same input as shaking the person out of the tree, but I have no idea, to be honest.
I feel like the tips maybe just come up if you're just standing by him. But you actually have to hit up on the keypad to shake a tree. I feel like Galen's so close. He's trying all the inputs except for up.
Tips.
Chan's going up high, I don't know why.
Both searching for what is in plain sight in the funk scan.
I feel like Galen's so close. I mean, he's hitting up because he's throwing these bottles like up in the air, and you have to hit up in order to do that. Oh, he found it!
There we go, and that should be the last one for him, right? Yep. He's got the green arrow. And that's probably going to give him a huge lead, as it seems like Chan still hasn't figured out where the person is, and let alone how to interact with the trees.
I love how they're hiding in these trees, you know? Classic. It's still anybody's game. The second level is not too bad, but the third level is difficult, as well as, you know, just sort of confusing, as with all the levels, but there's things that trip you up every step of the way in this race. Looks like Wes's internet just went out. Hopefully he'll return. But in the meantime, Galen's moving on to level 2. He's at the platform now. Chan still hasn't found the tree. She's in the right area. The arrow's telling her right where it should be. She has to find that tree. I think Galen actually moves on to a different planet. Yep, Homie Street, I guess. So in the game there's different types of enemies. One you just saw in Galen's is a catcher, and he throws baseball bats or baseballs at you, and this guy is a photographer, and if he snaps a picture of you it does a lot of damage and sort of stuns you, and he's got a lot of health too. So these types of enemies can really destroy your run because there's not many health pickups in the game that I found when I was playtesting anyway. Has Chan found the last person yet? I'm not sure. No, she hasn't. I wonder if she goes backwards, I wonder if there's a tip that says you can break the trees out. She's pressing all the buttons. If she gets the Funkotron or Funk Scan button, hopefully she'll see the person in the tree, which was sort of the hint Galen had. Oh! She's looking behind. Come on, just do that. Do that for the tree. Look at the tree. Not there, the tree, the big tree. Oh! She's figuring it out. It wasn't that tree, but there is another tree. She found her. Oh man, Chan's gonna be so angry about that. It took her so long to find that you could shake the tree. But to be honest, it took Galen a very long time as well. But she's done. She's gonna make it clear easy to the end of this level 1 and join Galen level 2. Once you die in this game, you go back to the beginning of the level. So no matter where they are, they're both gonna start from level 2 once they die, assuming that Chan gets to the end of level 1 here. But she should, there's nothing to kill her. I think Galen, yeah, he's about to see, right there those dogs are part of a little mini boss. And honestly, the combat system in this game is pretty difficult. Like, your attack makes you vulnerable and it's not very accurate. Ooh. And things have a lot of health, so they can be hard to take down. Some of these humans are so annoying. Galen learning how to swim down here. You actually have to press down and press swim, which is kind of weird, but it works. This is gonna be a dangerous part. He can drown here if he goes the wrong path, but I think he's going the right way. He's get more health there by sucking in the air of that fish. Chan once again in the place with the human, but can't quite find the human. There he is. Galen's in this cave. He's trying to get out. He can get out here. I don't know what's making him have a hard time getting out. There he goes. And by the way, those little flags are little checkpoints for when you die in between game overs. This guy on the jackhammer is like a pain, man. There's also, I don't know if it's level 2 or level 3, but pretty soon these players are going to get introduced to enemies that are invisible. So I'm sure they're going to be very happy when that happens. Ooh. Oh man, Galen is dodging this fire like a pro. And I think he's out of the fire at this point. Although I'd be surprised if he would get to the end without taking another death. Actually, in the place he's at now, it introduces flying enemies, which you'll see here in a sec. You have to throw your jars up in the air like he's doing now, but it's a lot harder to aim that way. So he's still maintaining a good, I guess, minute maybe over Chan here. But still close race. There's still a lot of parts to trip up both players, and one game over could make Galen go back behind Chan, putting her in the lead. By the way, once to take a human, you throw jars at them and put them in a jar. But if you don't pick up the jar soon enough, they will eventually break out. So there is a sort of an element of you may want to kill everything on the screen, but if by the time you do that, the first person that you killed will be, returned from the jar, and they return at full health. So here, Chance has met the Funkotron dimension, which is totally useless. So she's getting out of there as fast as she can. Although she might think that might have something to do with the victory. I might go back, which would be bad for her. Galen, did he take a game over? I wasn't quite watching. I feel like he's back in the beginning, but I'm not positive. I'm not sure if he took game over or not, but Chan's moving up to the fire section here. It's basically you're like gonna take damage here, but she has a good amount of health, so as long as she's not reckless, she'll be fine. Oh, actually, Galen finding that guy in the sewer, that is a very tricky location for a human. It took me quite a while to find him because there's actually a boulder on him that you have to push out of the way. Hope Chan needs to be careful here. Some fire sections, but yeah, that boulder is tricky. Chan actually taking a death here. I don't know where she's gonna spawn. It's okay, right in the fire, so she's fine. I have no idea how to tell how many lives before game over you have, so beats me. Galen is still definitely ahead here. He did not go back to the beginning. He's looking good to clear this level 2 and go on to level 3. I don't think there's a boss at the end of level 2. It's just a matter of collecting all the humans and getting out. I think that human throws poop at people. I'm not positive. And also, I don't know why humans look more and more like aliens as this game progresses, but they definitely do. It's like the creators like started with an idea and then we're like, nah, we'll just make them aliens too, why not? Oh, Galen's on level 3. So where I thought Galen took a game over, he actually went to level 3 because Chan is just going to level 3 now. Level 3 is very difficult. It took me a long time. There's one section that I actually had to give these guys a hint on because it involved invisible platforms. I just didn't want to watch our fellow players mumble around invisible platform land forever. I don't know why Galen's thing is all black and white. I'm sure that's part of the game, but I don't know what causes it. Oh, there's a invisible. He's starting to hit it. These can be very tricky sections where there's multiple enemies on the screen. You really are limited as to how fast you can attack them, but they can attack you pretty easily, and they do a lot of damage. Galen's actually at the section now that I got stumped at. So the hint I gave them was once you get to a section that's a large lake, there's hidden platforms on one of the edges of the lake. Hopefully he figures out that it's the other side of the lake that he needs to go to. I think he's doing that now. But yeah, there's invisible platforms here. And he finds the first one. There's actually a series of invisible platforms, which makes it even more confusing. Because I found that one pretty easy, but there's more, and one of them is a pretty precise jump. So we'll see how it'll be a good challenge for platforming for these characters and our players to see what they can do. At this level in the tournament, you know, we only have 3 players left. We have these 2, and then Brody, who sits at who was the winner of the losers bracket. So at this point, our players should be pretty good with their 2D platforming skills, and this game is going to test just that. Galen here meeting a little mini boss. And yeah, you can just get sort of stunned or chain stunned and get destroyed. So you had to be careful. Fortunately, there was a checkpoint right there. Galen or Chan actually has to drop down here in order to get back up, which can be dangerous because you generally don't want to fall down pits you can't see the bottom of. But she finds it fine. I think she's catching up a little bit here. Galen might be. It's gonna really depend on how fast both these players get through this lake jumping section, because you can't see what's going on in front of you. They're all blind jumps, and the last one is very tight. So as you can see, that one was pretty tight, but the very last one is very, very tight. And you have to do like 3 jumps in order just to get there. So the jumping physics in this game, I should say, by the way, are not good. They're not good at all. The guy feels like he weighs like nothing, like he's a feather. So it's not good. Chan here encountering probably her first invisible enemy. But fortunately you can hit them even while they're invisible. Oh. He eats her. Ooh, Wes is back. Hopefully he can join us. I don't want to keep talking to myself. I'm gonna see if I can get him in. Hey Wes. Wow. Let me try it again. Hey Wes. Oh, your mic's not on. Hey, how's it going? Welcome back.
Pretty good. Just cut off in the middle of a storm. It may happen again.
It's okay. I don't blame you. Basically, just to sort of catch you up here, Galen was in the lead because he found the guy in the tree first, and Chan found him maybe about a minute or two later, and Galen's been ahead by a minute or two since then. Although I believe he just got to the big lake, which is, I gave him a hint, gave both of our players a hint when they get to a big lake that there's invisible platforms they have to navigate, and I do not think he's navigated them yet. So that's going to be a big sort of test on both these players. Whoever gets through first could definitely be our winner, depending on that alone, really.
And is this the second level that they're on, or are they now on the third level?
They're both on level 3, so they got through level 2 with basically no problems. There were some tricky sections, but both players did very well. Both players actually found a strategy I had not found, which apparently is spamming attack when you're midair, because the attack rate is like 4 times as fast as normal, which I never knew, but apparently it's so. Chan is at the large lake here, so we'll see how fast she gets through.
And are those platforms, do you have to jump from just a lake, or is there...
So you have to jump from the
do you have to
right
jump from
hand
one of the
side.
platforms above?
You have to jump from the right hand side of the lake, so the opposite side where she's at now. And there's like 3 or 4 platforms just to get to that one above her. So she has to go to the other side of the lake here.
Well, it looks like she just lost a life and has to start over from the beginning of this level again.
I don't know. I think you might be ahead of me. Is she?
Oh, unless she just got back there, so it could be a tiny bit of delay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've got Galen running. He's like low health. He's jumping on some gum right now, and Chan's fighting a homeless guy in a box.
Seeing the same thing on my screen, and the art for this game is interesting.
Yeah, by the way, if you haven't noticed, there's a flying character now, human, but he's blue, like an alien. So I don't know what the sort of logic behind that was. Like, some of the humans look like aliens. Like, why? Couldn't they just be humans? They're called Earthlings.
Seems like they're tourists to this planet too, because I know Galen was fighting one a bit earlier who was trying to take pictures of him.
Yep. Yeah, there's a tourist. There's you missed a jackhammer guy. He's pretty powerful. Chan here, this is sort of like a mini boss. You can only, and he can stun kill you here, but he can only get hurt when he's out of the box, so you have to just dodge him.
Looks like Galen might have found at least one of those platforms.
That's good.
Oh, actually, he could be somewhere totally different. To be honest, it's all blending together.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Bubblegum texture.
Chan ignored the platforms for now. She's got to go back. I don't know. I feel like Galen ignored them as well, but I'm not positive. We'll have to wait till we see his marker next. If it points backwards. Whoa. The volume just like, I don't know for what reason the volume just like increased a lot on one of my streams.
It knows that it's getting much more
Ooh,
intense. So
Chan actually gets the first game over between the two. She starts back at the beginning of level 3.
that sounds like it's going to be pretty rough to get back from.
Yeah, it's gonna all depend on if Galen gets a game over as well. He's probably. I know he's lost several lives, so it's definitely possible. Galen finds that lady in a bush. Some of them are hidden pretty hard.
It does seem like he's figured out how to use the funk scan though to find him, and I'm not sure if Chan has figured that out yet.
Yeah, I definitely did not figure that out. So that definitely puts him at advantage. I think he got to the middle of the lake, which I missed it. I don't know if I actually caught it. I'm lagging a little bit sometimes, but it's really, really difficult to get that person in the middle of the lake. It's like you have to make some really precise jumps, and they're all basically blind, so it's a difficult section.
Everyone I can see, it doesn't look like precise jumps is really easy in this game.
No, you basically jump like you weigh like 1 pound maybe. It's not good. It's not a good jump. But you know, I had to pick it for the tournament because of the aesthetic, for obvious reasons.
Oh, you gotta go for it. Yeah,
Oh, I think Galen actually did miss the lady on the lake. He's going backwards now. We'll see how far he goes. I got Galen's back so far.
It's good. One's better than none.
He does still need to go backwards. I'm not quite sure if it's the one at the lake or
Seems like
not.
He's been heading back for quite a while. Oh well, there's someone with a jackhammer who we just encountered. But it seems like he took care of him pretty easily. And now he's got the green arrow, so as soon as he makes it there, he'll be our winner, I believe.
I think so.
Chan right now trying to figure out how to get one of the humans out of a manhole.
I think I think he's going to be done, which is absolutely amazing. I mean, this has been what, maybe 20 minutes? It took me an hour to get here. Like, I can't believe this. Every time I think I might give him some little time. I mean, I did give him good hints, but...
Oh my gosh, I almost fell down there.
I think on my screen it looks like he's finishing up that dialogue now for the third level.
Alright, he's still a little bit behind on mine, but I think he has done it. So congratulations, Galen. He will be going to the finals, whereas Chan has to now verse Brody in the semifinals and might face Galen again.
What a run it's been for Galen, getting all those wins in a row straight up to the final.
Yep, he's the only one that's hasn't lost in the whole tournament. So congratulations to him. Wes, I know it's been difficult for you, but thank you for joining us. You're awesome.
Yeah, thank you for having me, and thanks for putting up with the lightning storm.
It's okay. The viewers have to put up with my lag at home, so we'll see you guys in the next one. The semifinals are next. See you then.